Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Now recently we've been asked a lot of questions surrounding construction costs and development costs. So I thought I'd answer the question because there's a lot of confusion around what is construction costs and what is development costs and how it applies to each and every different type of person basically. So my name's Parm Bhangal. Our company is Bhangals Construction Consultants. We're quantity surveyors, estimators and project managers, and we work on a huge variety of projects, and they start from small residential extensions up to large commercial new builds. And our services can include just costing projects, QSing, variation management, all the way through to project management. So we work on a huge variety of work in our office. We work with lots of different types of clients: architects, property developers, builders, subcontractors and trades, and individual homeowners as well. So what's the difference between construction costs and development costs? Now, there is a fundamental difference between the two, and as you'll realise through this video, you need to understand what the difference is so you can apply the one that suits your needs. So first of all, construction costs. The construction cost forms part of the overall development costs. So there will be, this will actually be the actual cost of the building works. On some projects it might be determined by the value of the contract between the client and the contract administrator, or the property developer and the contract administrator. It may include PC sums, provisional sums, and things that may not be able to be priced accurately at the time of tender. We can go into these things in a future video, but for the purpose of this video, it will include stuff that may be flexible in price. It'll include things like site prelims, which will be skips, scaffolds, plant and tools, site welfare, site setup costs, and the like that are required to get the job done but don't necessarily form a labour cost or a material cost. If you choose to work with a main contractor, it will include overhead and profit, unless you're using like a cost plus strategy where they build it at cost and you agree a fixed percentage that you pay them as overhead and profit. So how does that differ to development costs? So development costs is the overall cost of the development. So that'll include purchasing costs, buying and selling fees. If depending on what strategy you use, you might not be selling, you might be renting at the end. Legal fees, financing costs, professional fees, surveys, building control and warranty fees, and it will include the construction costs as well. So for instance, if you're a property developer, it's most likely to be the development cost that you're going to be looking at, and your construction cost will form part of that development cost. So which one do you need? When you're working out the feasibility or viability of a project, you need to make sure you're using the right one, because a lot of people throw around a lot of figures, £1,500 a square metre to build this. When they refer to cost indices such as figures like I've just given you as an example, that's referring to a construction cost, not a development cost. So if you're applying that as a construction cost, you need to think about all your development costs on top of that. If you want to know what the cost of the build is going to be, then you need to be looking at the construction cost, which is the cost of building something, not necessarily the development cost as a whole. When looking at the overall viability of a project, you need to be looking at the development cost. So if you're a property developer, then you need to be looking at the development cost, which includes the construction cost. There's lots and lots of average costing information available online. You'll always hear people throwing out information on cost indices, what it should cost per square metre, rules of thumb. You have to remember that the majority of these, if not all of these, mainly apply to construction costs, not development costs. Make sure you get some input from a professional. We're always here to speak to. If you're looking at a project and you want someone to look at the construction costs for you and maybe talk through the development costs with you as well, please bring your project to us. We'll do that initial review free of charge. We'll have a chat with you. So please do not hesitate to contact me, and you can find all my contact details on our website, on our Facebook pages, on all of our social media pages. So if you need any assistance with construction costs or development costs, please get in touch. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.